sa mindset pa lang napakalayo na ng difference ng mindset ng mahirap sa mayaman. The way they move through life, the way they invest their time. Although may mga kaibigan akong sobrang yaman din talaga. Yung as in super yaman. Yung mga ginagawa lang nilang Manila, Baguio ang Canada. Okay. I also have friends who are super poor. Okay. Kasi ako, I don't judge people based on their status. Kasi I think everyone has value. But there's a huge difference when you talk to someone who is wealthy and abundant and when you talk to someone who is financially, intellectually poor. Okay. And that's why I'm focusing my energies on my executive clients and clients who can afford services and kasi ayoko ding mahawa ako sa kamalasan ng ibang tao. You get what I mean? I don't deserve it. Okay, this is why I don't really post a lot of contents lately. I'm focusing on my affiliate marketing kasi hindi ko responsibilidad yung glow up ninyo. Okay, I already mentioned a lot of tips about glow up, but there is no really step-by-step guide. Okay, kasi kung doon pa lang sa pera, kapos ka na, paano ka nga bibili ng products? Paano ka makaka-check out, di ba? Alam nga naman ako pa ang magbigay. Okay? So, it's really very difficult sometimes to be friends with people who are not wealthy kasi meron silang hingi mentality, meaning, kasi ikaw meron, bigyan mo ko. Yun yung na-experience ko being friends with people who are not wealthy. Kasi ako kasi, I want to learn something from all people from all walks of life. So kahit katulong ka pa, kahit magbabalot ka pa, kakausapin kita, kakaibiganin kita. But it doesn't mean that my friendship is permanent, okay? Kasi if I feel used, okay, if I feel that there's no equal exchange of value, I can just drop you off just like that. Okay? Kasi ang napansin ko dun sa mga tao rin na wala talaga kapos is ang hilig nilang humingi. Mapadamit, everything. Okay? And if you're someone na yes, meron ka, the last thing that you want to feel is to feel being used. This is why rich people marry rich people. And there is a prenuptial agreement as well. Okay? This is why rich people or upper middle class wants to be friends with upper middle class. Because yun yung na-notice ko based on my experience din, being friends with people from all walks of life na yung mga kapos, hingi ng hingi. To the point na sana sila yung magsikap para magkaroon din sila. Okay. Like kasi ako like me, pinagpupuyatan ko yung pera ko, guys. Like hindi ako nakaasa sa content creation as my main source of income. I work with companies, I work with clients. So pinagpupuyatan ko siya. So everything na meron ako, pinaghihirapan ko din siya. Okay? So yun yung na-notice ko. Kaya ako naintindihan ko kung bakit yung mayayaman, they are very careful with choosing their spouse, their friends, because at the end of the day, they don't like to be with people who will use up their resources. You get what I mean? Kaya yung mga followers ko na feeling entitled din sa mga content na kailangan nandito lagi si Florian, hindi po ako babysitter. Content creator po ako. If you have a victim mindset, you will never get far in life. Because that is the same mindset that's going to kill your dreams. Okay? What I mean is, kapag ikaw yung tipo ng tao na, kawawa naman ako, mahirap lang ako. Kasalanan ng gobyerno, kasalanan ng kapitbahay ko, kasalanan ng content creators. Bakit ako mahirap? Bakit sila mayaman sila? Okay? Ang hirap ng buhay. Okay? Hindi na yata ako makakaahon. Kasalanan to ng ibang tao, hindi ko kasalanan. That is the mindset that's gonna keep you stuck. Why? Because it's actually your responsibility para iahon ang sarili mo sa hirap at para matupad mo ang glow up mo. Do you get what I mean? Okay. What I mean is, if you want na umusad yung glow up mo, kasi wala kang physical glow up kung wala kang financial glow up. And that is the truth. Pag wala kang pera, wala kang mauumpisahan, wala kang mapapagpapatuloy, wala kang matatapos. Okay? So if you don't have the financial glow up, there is no glow up. Okay? If yung mindset mo is kasalanan ng ibang tao kung bakit hindi ako maasenso, that's the worst mindset you will ever have. Because there is such a thing as luck and privilege, but the wealthiest people that I know and the people that I know who really maintained their success and pursued their success, it took them years to get there. 6 years, 5 years of never-ending grind. Minsan alas 4 pa lang gising na sila. Kahit kumakain sila, meron silang business call. Sometimes on a Sunday, they need to attend a Zoom meeting. So hindi nila kasalanan na mayaman sila. It's just that kasalanan mo that you're not doing enough, okay, for you to be able to do a glow up. Because if you have more chismis, if your circle is limited, if you're not investing money for your growth and personal development, kasi sinasabi ko na walang libreng personal development. Even the books, you need to invest time and money in order to read it. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, I like an intelligent audience. I assume that my audience is intelligent enough so that I don't need to repeat concepts over and over again for them to be able to learn it. Ganun kasi ako sa ESL because I work with executive clients as well for business English. So I don't really need to repeat concepts. So may mga students ako na neuroscientists, may mga students ako na managers, okay? And hindi ko kailangang ulitin yung mga bagay-bagay para maintindihan nila. And one thing that kailangan kong ulitin though dito sa TikTok is yung concept of accountability. Okay? Kasi dito marami kayong inaasahan na creators to give you value na ay pag hindi nag-post si Florian ng valuable content para maabot ko yung blow up ko, i-unfollow ko siya. Or pag hindi ginawa ni Florian or ni ganito yung content na ganito na gusto ko, i-unfollow ko siya. Okay? One thing that I wanna say is yung blow up mo, yung pagpapayaman mo, yung asenso mo sa buhay ay hindi nakasalalay sa mga content creators. Nakasalalay siya sa'yo. So kahit sinong panuurin mo dito, kahit panuurin mo pa yung mga nagbibigay ng manifestation tips, ng quantum leap tips, ng mga kung ano-anong tips, okay? If hindi ka kumikilos para umasenso ka or pag hindi aligned yung energy mo para maging gumanda ka or gumanda yung buhay mo, is wala ring silbi lahat yon, okay? Kasi ang babago sa buhay mo ay ikaw. I think yun yung wala ang 90% na nakikita ko is the of accountability. Yung lagi nilang sinisisi yung gobyerno, yung ibang tao, yung content creators na hindi sila umaasenso. Pero masakit kasi yung katotohanan na ang rason kung bakit hindi ka gumaganda or umaasenso ay ikaw. Kasi ikaw ang may hawak ng buhay mo. Ikaw ang gumagalaw para mapaganda mo ang buhay mo. Ako pag nakikita ko na ay maganda, ay mataas ang sweldo ko this month ay maganda ang pasok ng pera ko this month Nagpapasalamat ako sa sarili ko kasi pinaghirapan ko siya, okay? Pinaghihirapan ko siya. I have 2 jobs. I work with 2 companies. So kung nabibili ko yung skincare, nabibili ko yung sapatos, nabibili ko yung ganito, may element of hard work and luck. Yung swerte ko kasi ginawa ko siya. Okay? Hindi ako umasa sa ibang tao na ibigay nila sa akin yung mga bagay na yon. So yun lang, always remember to be accountable for your life. Kasi hindi lang naman ako yung content creator na, ina-unfollow, ganun-ganun. Kasi yung ibang thousands pa yung nag-unfollow sa kanila eh. Hindi kasi nakasalalay sa content creators ang pag-asenso mo. Ang masakit na katotohanan is, kapag hindi ka umasenso, kasalanan mo yun. Kasi buhay mo yan.
You're glowing. What do you use? I mind my business and put on lip gloss. And don't worry about things that I cannot control. You should try it. Works like magic. Thank you.
The way you look, your presence and your aura, and also your intelligence will definitely dictate the kind of people, the kind of men, the kind of clients, the kind of friends you will attract. Okay, this is why presence is so important. So for me, I'm very intentional with my presence because I work in the people industry and I have clients who pay me a premium when it comes to my classes. And I present myself well, especially sa mga video introduction ko and sa mga classes ko kasi nga binabayaran ako sa oras ko. Okay? And I wanted clients or I wanted people who can afford, okay, the services as well. It's the same thing with yung life coach na kilala ko. He really talagang naka-business attire siya palagi kasi nga, sabi nga, I'm working with executive clients, sabi. And I'm charging them a lot of money. Okay? Not just for my services, but for my presence. Okay? So ngayon, marami na akong, busy kasi ako nagbebenta pa ako ng mga damit ko, ng mga dati kong damit, mga ano. And I'm gonna parang reinvent my wardrobe. So wala akong masyadong time for this account, pero sinisingit ko na lang talaga siya kasi I have a 9 a.m. class. And yun, gusto ko lang i-share ito. Even with relationships, you know. So, meron kasi tayong mga tinatawag na pangmasa beauty and there are types of women na yung beauty nila attracts executive level. Okay? So, pero when it comes to attracting people who are executive level or people who have a higher status, looks is not gonna be enough. Okay? You also need to have money, you also need to have a career, and you also need to have basically intelligence. Okay? Kasi pwedeng maganda ka but once you open your mouth, you cannot even converse in English or you haven't read a book or probably you don't have anything going on in your career, then yung ganda mo hanggang pang display na lang. Sa glow up talaga is, inuuna ko yung sa financial aspects. Okay? Kasi napaka-important ng financial aspect. Kapag dun sa financial aspect, nag-fail ka na, sunod-sunod na yung failure mo sa ibang aspects. Mapa-relationship pa yan or blow up pa yan. Okay? Lately, may mga nababasa ako sa blow up na yon yung I need a job because I have a lot of debt or I need, sino bang may naghahanap sa inyo ng part-timer, I need quick cash. Okay? Kaya ako, nagpo-focus talaga ako sa financials lately. Wala akong pahinga, honestly. Kahit linggo may trabaho ako, I still have my students who book lessons hanggang linggo. Okay? So, wala talagang rest day. Kaya hindi ko na rin masyadong maasikaso itong account. So, minsan pa isa-isa pa, dalawa-dalawang content na lang nagagawa ko. Max na yung 3 or pag nagkaroon ng extra oras, makaka-4. Kasi kung hindi ko inasikaso yung financial aspects, talagang lahat ng aspects guguho. Kasi whether we admit it or not, okay, the financial aspects affect everything. Our relationships, okay? You cannot be dependent on another person para sa pagkain mo at lahat, you know, even if that person is your spouse, okay? And yung glow up mo, hindi mo pwedeng iasa yan sa ibang tao, sa'yo yan, okay? So yung mga bills pa, and sa bills ngayon, ang bills ngayon pataas na pataas, lalo na yung ilaw. Yun, yung ilaw, yung tubig, yung internet, yung upa, ganyan. So, lahat yun kailangan ng pera, okay? Sa Philippines kasi, hindi tayo masyadong money-oriented unlike the Chinese people. Pero sa China talagang sa lahat ng gagawin nila, uunahin nila ang pera. Dati nung wala pa ako sa content creation, super excited ako magsimula, super excited ako sa journey ko. Okay? Pero nung nandito na ako sa content creation, okay, doon ko nakita talaga kung ano yung totoo about content creation. So I'm making this video especially for those aspiring content creators and for people who want to do this as a hobby or as a business. Okay? And alam niyo naman ako, real talk na real talk. Talagang excited ako noon, excited ako mag-film, excited ako magsimula. Ano yung mga itatapi ko araw-araw? Sobrang excited ko. 2 years into the journey and I can say na bukod sa burnout is dumating ako sa point ng realization na sinabi ko sa sarili ko na hindi ito yung gusto ko na buhay. Okay? Ayoko mabuhay na film ng film araw-araw. Okay? Gusto ko mag-relax, gusto ko lang ng maraming pera, and gusto ko lang ng peace of mind. Okay? Gusto ko lang magnegosyo, pero ayoko ng pressure masyado, ayoko masyado ma-stress. Okay? Kasi ang kaakibat ng content creation ay sandamakmak na stress. Okay? Kaya ako, I don't really do this full time. I do this part time. And this is not even my main source of income. My main source of income would be ESL. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko is, um, talagang nagbago yung perspective ko nung nandito na ako, na gumagawa ng content, nag-film. Kasi doon ko nakikita yung totoo about the industry. Dito kasi sa content creation, ang daming nag-glamorize ng content creation bilang, oh, ito yung path to financial freedom, ito yung sagot sa kahirapan, ito yung industry na hindi wawasakin ng mental health mo, pero kabaliktaran, okay? And I'm telling the truth because kahit hanggang ngayon, marami akong nakikita nag-glamorize ng content creation journey nila. Kasi ang sinishare lang nila yung success nila, okay? So they share yung nabili nilang kotse, napatayo nilang resort, yung mga bahay na napatayo nila, or mga naipon nila because of content creation. But the journey of 99% is not as does not have a glamorous ending, okay? For me, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I'll give whatever I can, but I would not sacrifice my mental, physical, and financial health for content creation, especially my personal life, okay? So, kung napapansin nyo, hindi naman nag-aano talaga. Kasi si TikTok is you have to post every day, ganun-ganun. So, I think ang kaya ko na lang i-maintain in the future would be the rent up. Sabi ko nga is, anyways, I think the affiliate marketing is not permanent, okay? So, once nag-stop ng affiliate marketing dito sa TikTok, magsa-stop na rin ako. Kasi nga, yun nga. Parang wala nang sense magpatuloy. Ang buhay kasi magbabago at magbabago ang isip mo. So, wala talaga yung journey na masasabi mong, eto yung susundan ko, eto yung ano ko. Bumalik din lang ako sa ESL kasi at least sa ESL, sure yung kikitain ko araw-araw. Kesa dun sa, hindi ko alam kung pagpas ko ng account ko meron pa ba or wala. And ayaw ko na yung pagkain ko is nakasalalay sa account na pwedeng mawala kahit na anong minuto. Not all help should be free. Okay? I learned to charge for it. Okay? Natutunan ko yan sa mga nakilala kong negosyante lately na nagpapaalala sila sa akin na don't undervalue yourself. Don't give yourself yung mga natutunan mo sa buhay mo, yung mga lahat ng librong binasa mo, lahat ng effort mo at pagod mo, wag mong iaabot yun sa mga hindi deserving na tao. Na ia-unfollow ka din lang kapag for example, ayaw mo nang magbigay or ano. Kasi honestly, sa 2 years, marami na akong naibigay. Okay? Na dapat actually hindi siya libre. Kasi kung titingnan nyo halos lahat ng content creator dito, they already have the subscription model, okay? And they already have, they're already selling courses or ano. Kahit ngayong 1,000 followers lang nagbebenta na ng ano, ng astrology course, ng astrology reading. As in, hindi ka makakapasok sa live nila na hindi ka nagbabayad or hindi ka nagbibigay ng stars or cash G. Okay. Ang natutunan ko kasi sa journey ko, dito especially sa content creation space sa TikTok is, maraming mahilig sa libre. And ang natutunan ko sa mga mayayaman kong kaibigan is, they try to filter out the people, okay, that will enter their life by seeing who can give equal exchange of value versus people who are not willing to pay anything. Okay? Kaya kahit yung mga napansin ko, kahit yung mga mayayaman na kilala ko, kahit yung mga kaibigan nila, kapag meron silang restaurant or resort, okay, merong discount, pero magbabayad pa din. Okay? The problem that I see with many Filipinos, 80%, is the freebie mentality. Okay? This is why binawasan ko na din yung tips, binawasan ko na magbigay ng ng personal development content. I'm more on the beauty content na in a more general sense yung mindset. But when I will open my coaching services, which I am a language coach and I'm doing personal development as well as glow up, it's not cheap. Kasi hindi din madali yung pinagdaanan ko. Talagang impyerno din yung pinagdaanan ko at sandamakmak na gastos. I charge yung kids course ko pa lang sa isang kumpanya. Yung kids pa lang yun $20 an hour. Kids course lang yun. Okay? Sa foreigner kasi, madali silang magbayad. Okay? Basta alam nilang you give value, you give your time, you give your effort, madali silang magbayad, no questions asked. Dito, pag nag-open ka ng courses, tatawagin kang scammer, tatawagin kang mababang tao, ganyan, nagbebenta ng kung ano-ano. But the truth is, coaching and mentorship kasi is not free. That's the truth. Kaya kahit tingnan yung mga sikat, sila Tito Drew, sila Miss Ara, sila Pink, they already opened coaching services din. Tsaka ano, kasi nga, hindi naman kasi talaga lahat iaabot mo ng libre. Yun kasi yung ina-expect ng market. Which is, kung ako negosyante, syempre, pipili ako ng market na kayang bayaran yung serbisyo at saka yung oras ko. Kaya yung coach na kilala ko is puro business person lang na successful na yung kino-coach niya. Kasi nga, sabi niya, ayaw niyang nagkakaproblema sa bayad. Yung iba kasi, pahirapan pa daw maningil. Hindi ako nagbibiro nung sinabi ko na looks is the bare minimum investment that you can do for yourself. Okay? Kasi talagang nag-check ako ng mga rates ng mga courses for personal development and self-improvement. Ako nga na ang dami-dami kong nabasang libro na hindi rin biro yung gastos ko, as in I spent a lot of money on books. Kasi yung mga books na binibili ko, hindi naman siya tig 200 lang or 300. Minsan umaabot din siya ng 1,000. So nakagastos din talaga ako ng malaking halaga tsaka oras sa pagbabasa at paghahasa ng aking utak is bare minimum pa rin pa yun. Okay? Kasi nung nalaman ko na may mga tao na talagang gumastos sila ng millions para i-improve ang sarili nila, doon ko nakita at doon ko challenge yung sarili ko na, girl, you can do better than this. Okay? Kasi nagawa ko na yung glow up ko, although di ko pa napapagawa yung ngipin ko. Nagawa ko na yung glow up ko and sabi ko, okay na kaya to, kontento na kaya ako kasi malaki na yung improvement ko, mas elegant na ako magsalita, mas elegant na ako mag-present ng sarili ko. Pero sabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi pa pala. Okay? Kasi nung may mga nakilala akong tao na talagang grabe yung investment nila. Meron pa akong kilala na nag-aral siya sa Harvard. Tapos sabi ko, tinanong ko yung magkano tuition fee sa Harvard and sabi ko, oh my goodness, apakamahal. Kaya yung mga iniiyak-iyak ninyo na 1,500 na gluta at 1,000 pesos na collagen, sinasabi ko sa inyo, bare minimum pa yon kumpara sa ginagastos ng mga successful na tao para maging mas successful pa sila. Yung investment mo sa physical appearance mo or looks mo, that's just the beginning. Okay? It's the bare minimum of personal development or self-investment. Okay? There's a lot of things to invest in. Even your driving skills, your communication skills. Kasi ako natuturo ako ng English, ng Tagalog. Okay? Bihasa din ako sa public speaking. I'm doing content creation for 2 years now. There's a lot of skills to invest in, even driving skills. And nagtitingin ako ng mga tuition fees, especially yung mga pro driving. No? Some tuition fees can reach up to 70,000 just for 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. Some coaching sessions can cost up to 10,000 per call. Okay, so it's really that expensive. So yung mga bare minimum na yung skincare, yung supplements, it's really the bare minimum. So what I'm trying to say is, there's no free personal improvement and personal development, and there's no free things in this world really. There's always a cost for everything. Okay, so if you're not willing to invest or if you don't have the finances yet to invest, kailangan gawan mo siya ng paraan. Okay, like for me now, I'm working 3 jobs. Okay, I'm working for one company at night from 6 to 11 p.m. I'm working for another company at 9 to 6 p.m. I'm also a content creator and an affiliate marketer. So imagine mo, I'm doing 3 jobs in a day. Okay? And it's barely enough. Okay, kaya sabi ko, kailangan ko pang i-level up yung sarili ko kasi kulang pa talaga, kulang pa. Kasi I know people who earn millions in one day, no? So, pag kino-compare ko yung sarili ko sa kanila, malayo pa, ang layo pa. Kaya sabi ko, ina-assess ko yung sarili ko, ano pang kulang sa investments ko, ano pang kulang sa ginagawa ko. Okay, kasi honestly guys, talagang walang libre ngayon talaga. Kahit yung life advice. Okay, kasi kahit yung mga dati nagbibigay ng libreng advice dito sa TikTok na sa affiliate marketing or ano, kahit sila nagbebenta na rin ng courses, no? As high as 1,700 per course. Okay? So, yun doon mo makikita talaga na ang nagpapaikot dito sa mundo ay pera. Yung expectations mo, i-match mo dun sa budget mo. Okay? Kung mababa yung budget mo, huwag kang mag-expect ng high quality. Kasi kunwari, bumili ka ng damit, 120 binayad mo, huwag kang mag-expect ng Uniqlo ang quality. Okay? It's the same thing with love and relationships. Kung hindi ka maganda, hindi ka mayaman, huwag kang mag-expect ng Prince Charming lalapag sa harap mo. Okay? It's the same thing with glutathione and collagen. Kung ang budget mo 300, huwag kang mag-expect ng collagen na pang 1,500 ang budget. Okay? Yung iba kasi 300 ang budget, tapos ang ina-expect nilang quality pang metathione na 2,500. Ganun din sa damit. And my experience is, when it comes to clients, no, mas mahirap kausap yung mga kuripot at saka walang budget. I have no problems with rich people when it comes to pay and also compensation. Okay? Yung mga clients ko na may pambayad sa classes ko tsaka ano, huwag magbabayad lang yung mga yan. No questions asked. Okay? Kasi may ESL ako na set your own rate ako. Tapos yung isa hindi fixed. So, kino-compare ko yung mga clients and yun yung observation ko. Ganun din sa damit. May mga binibenta akong damit na pinapa-move ko lang yung damit. Kumaga, dinidispose ko. Pero magaganda pa yung damit. Ate ko, ang budget 120. Ang expectations, pang 1,2. Ang laki ng gap. Okay. Kung sino pa yung mga kuripot at saka walang budget, sila pa yung mataas ang expectations. If you do not have the money to pay, you cannot demand for anything. Ako lang bang natatakot magbukas ng TikTok account? Dahil kung hindi pag binuksan mo tapos it's either banned yung account mo tapos kailangan i-restore or meron kang violation na hindi mo alam kung saan nanggagaling yung violation na yon dahil wala ka namang binabanggit na against community guidelines. Okay? Yun yung instability ng career sa social media na pagising mo, baka wala na yung account na pinaghirapan mo ng taon. Okay? This is why I've been mentioning the couple of weeks that I've already planned out and mapped out my exit plan and I will be choosing one platform na hindi TikTok kung saan ako magpo-post regularly ng content. Because the problem with TikTok is, totoo na dito pinakamabilis mag-grow, pero dito din pinakamabilis maban ang account. Okay? Kaya kung napapansin nyo yung effort ko dito is hindi kasing todo bigay ng mga effort na binigay ko dati kasi kino-conserve ko din yung energy ko. Okay? That's why I will be choosing the Red App as my main platform. Okay? So meaning may mga content doon exclusive for Red App. Kasi nga dito sa TikTok, minsan na ano ka na lang, magigising ka, may violation ka or may anon or na-suspend yung account mo or bigla na lang naban. Tapos minsan pag nababan pa, hindi lang ikaw, mga 1,000,000 creators naban, ganun. Tapos bigla na lang hindi alam. So, it's really not, parang I've made a decision that I don't really like to exert as much effort on this account or on the other account. Kasi nga, minsan kahit pinipilit mo na nga yung effort mo, biglang pagkagising mo, ha? Ano to? May violation na naman? Parang, ay, okay. Kaya tama yung decision ko with having my exit plans in place and I'm already working as well for another ESL company aside from the company that I have right now. Kasi nga, ayoko na yung kinakain ko araw-araw nanggagaling sa TikTok dahil yun nga, yung bigla-bigla na lang bigla-bigla na lang nawawala yung mga accounts. Meron pa yung mga mas malala, kaya kinikwento ko sa followers para alam niyo yung pinagdadaanan namin. Meron pa yung mas malala yung mga nasa 1 million followers na sila. Imagine mo yun, mga 4 years nila pinaghirapan yun, tapos bigla na lang nawala yung account. Kaya sabi ko, ay, kung ganyan ng ganyan, syempre, yung mga creators, kung wala yung mga creators dito sa TikTok, ano yung papanuurin ng mga tao, di ba? Okay. Kasi sana maging balance din yung mga platforms. Kasi kung wala namang nagre-create ng content or nagre-create ng wala kayong papanuurin. I learned to be kinder to myself, to prioritize my mental and physical health, to prioritize my work, okay, to prioritize anything that brings in money first. Okay? Because at the end of the day, no one's gonna do it for me. Okay, that's what I've learned the hard way. So sometimes when I post really, really late contents, I had to finish everything first. I had to do my work first, I had to do my skincare first, my exercise first. Kasi the past few weeks, I was already running on an empty tank. Okay, when I say running on an empty tank, yung exhaustion na talaga ng 2 years ng pagko-content. Sabi ko, I don't know how the others did it because they were doing it for 6 years or 10 years. And I told myself, I don't know until when I can do it, content creation. But one thing is for sure is I'm gonna learn a lot of lessons talaga. And slowly rin learning new lessons as well. About life, about yourself, about your self-improvement. Kanina nag-facial mask ulit ako kasi sa sobrang busy ko guys, minsan may klase pa ako ng morning until afternoon. Nakakalimutan ko ng mag-facial mask. Tapos dinagdagan ko yung exercise ko 45 minutes to 1 hour. Talagang naglalakad ako kasi I wanted to make sure that I'm fit and healthy. Okay? Because health is wealth, beauty is important, but health is wealth.